interviews don't get people locked up.
Or if you really are stupid enough to say something in your interview that is going to get you locked up, I feel you. But this is the thing. When we're talking about Casanova, they have snitches and they have wiretaps. What you say in private is always going to be 1,000,000 times more incriminating than the shit that you say publicly with lights and cameras in front of your face for VladTV, which you know is going to get millions of views. I mean, Casanova, despite, maybe making some bad decisions in his life, was not so dumb that he was going to come in here and confess to a whole bunch of crimes. The worst shit that he confessed to on here, we talked about, right? Liquor store thing that he already went to jail for.
Mm-hmm.
And what, like fighting somebody in prison?
Yeah, he has stabbed someone in prison, which he talked about on multiple platforms.
Right.
On multiple platforms, which is not what he's even being charged for.
Right.
What he's being charged for is some shit that happened 5 years later. And they have 6 hours of wiretaps. They have his pictures in his phone, in his iCloud of
They
guns.
said they had his DMs with him instructing people on where and how to sell drugs in his DMs. And it's not like they had to confiscate his phone to see that. They send a subpoena to Instagram and said, Instagram, give us access to his DMs. And then they're able to sit there as if it was their own phone and look at all his DMs. I mean.
Yeah, they have a lot of shit on him, that originated from him, unfortunately.
Right.
Unfortunately. Now, hopefully, he can get off. Honestly. Like, hopefully, because, I did an interview with Kaz, and we've communicated a little bit here and there. We haven't done any second interviews, but we communicated. I remember, last time we talked, it was like cool and everything else like that. I hope he gets off, because it doesn't sound like he's being charged with any actual crimes. It's really more of like an affiliation kind of thing. So hopefully he could just beat it and come home. Like, honestly, I really hope, I like Casanova. I really hope he comes home and beats this whole thing. But to say that I'm the reason why he's locked up is crazy. And it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. But that's the thing that pisses me off, is that a motherfucker will really retweet some shit like that, quote tweet some shit, say some shit, put that on their story, and then it comes out that it's not true, and they don't feel an ounce of shame for having spread some fake news. And I don't understand that. For me, if I post something and I figure out that it's not true, I'm gonna fucking go very much out of my way to correct the record. And I just think that's kind of a sad state of affairs, where people care more about confirming their bias than being accurate.
Basically confirming their bias. Oh, like I don't like Vlad for whatever reason. Yeah, like Mark Lamont Hill was like, no one should be doing interviews with Vlad now. And it's like, yo, really, homie? Like, you came on my platform. Like, and that's the type of thing that's just like, you just gotta, because if you go out of your way to try to deal with it right then and there, that just makes the story bigger. And like, I remember when I posted a thing about ARAB, I posted, Vlad paid him off to say that. Pay off ARAB to say that? I didn't even know he was gonna say that.
Right.
But
it pisses me off
people,
when I see people do it to you, because they try to do it to me too. Like, I seen a bunch of comments about my presser interview saying, oh, look at Adam trying to get him to talk about his case. I literally said, what can you tell us about your case? Which is his case that he beat with some crazy ass shit. Very headline-inducing case. I said, how much do you want to say about that? He said, no, I don't even want to talk about that. I said, all right, bet.
That's that.
And I left it at that. And if he had wanted to give me every last detail about what happened that night, then I would have gladly heard it. But I'm not pressing anybody to talk about some shit they don't want to talk about. I hate when we get characterized that way.
Oh yeah. I'd heard a story that there's a email from an ex-VladTV employee that says that before I release my interviews, I send the raw footage to the police. Like, someone actually said this on camera.
How would that be advantageous to you?
First of all, let me just say this. When we do an interview, the entire interview comes out anyways.
Right.
Okay? It comes out, the entirety of it. So it's all out there. If the police really needed it, they just got to wait for the whole thing to come out.
Yeah.
I don't need to send it to them. Who's ever talking has a lavalier mic, a shotgun mic, and 2 cameras pointed at them at all times, just like you are right now. There's no secret recordings to be done. You know you're being recorded.